know about you guys, but this is getting kind of boring. Can we get some new content to play around with?
I've got an idea!
This is Blender, open source 3D software that can be used to make animations, visual effects, game assets, or practically anything 3D. And best of all, it's 100% free and it always will be.
It was 14 years ago today that I discovered my interest in 3D art. I got my start through a pretty obscure game called Garry's Mod. Might have heard of it at some point. This was during my early days of PC gaming. I had just recently built my own PC out of recycled Gateway computers and wanted to see what it could do. That's when I loaded up Garry's Mod for the first time and discovered a game mode called TTT. For a while I was hooked. From sunup till sundown, this is how I would often spend my weekends. However, after a while, some friends and I got a little bored of the content that was available. Don't get me wrong, the gameplay loop is fantastic, however, there's a lack of variety regarding its weapons and general features. We wanted to have our own custom weapons to show off on our server, maybe bring in a couple more people. Figured how hard could it be? I downloaded Blender and got to work on my first model. Yeah, it wasn't that great. But something clicked for me. I spent the next few years jumping from one project to another, slowly building up my skills. I fell in love with modeling to the point that I wanted to make this a career. So, I did what anybody who wants to do stuff as a career and got a degree in computer science. It wasn't exactly my first choice, but at least it paid the bills. Despite my desire to be an artist, I never really put in the work and effort to get to that point, so I figured this channel could be my start. I'll document my progress and try to help others with similar goals or aspirations along the way. Before we get started, we will need to figure out what tools are available for us to use. The options to us will heavily depend on what our intended goal is, but I've done my best to narrow it down. The first step in our journey is to figure out what modeling software you want to use. The modeling software will act as your general workhorse, allowing you to accomplish a majority of the tasks needed for your projects. There are a number of options to pick from, with the most popular being Blender, Maya, and Cinema 4D. Picking just one might be difficult, as all three of these programs are highly capable tools, allowing you to accomplish a wide array of feats and tasks. So allow me to help you narrow it down. It's Blender. I should probably explain myself. Blender is a 100% open source platform which is constantly receiving improvements and updates from not only the developers but the community as well. The support for new and advanced users alike is some of the best in the industry, and because you can do stuff like this, for the low cost of free. While Maya and Cinema 4D are more industry standard and accepted overall, you will have to mortgage your house and sell your left kidney just to afford the price of entry. I personally will be using Blender, as not only is it just as capable as everything else, you really can't beat the price of free. Similar to modeling, sculpting allows you to create a wide array of models and assets, however in a more physical manner. Unlike traditional modeling software, which uses a mouse and keyboard, sculpting allows you to take advantage of a tablet, giving you a fairly organic and precise method of modeling. For the longest time, ZBrush was the undisputed champion for sculpting. It's specifically built from the ground up to do a single task and to do it well. There is almost an endless amount of tools allowing you to make anything you can think of. While ZBrush still remains the industry standard, as time goes on, Blender has been slowly building itself up as a sculpting powerhouse, adding constant updates to improve functionality and performance. Blender is still not quite on the ZBrush's level. I would argue that it's still a very close second. And the fact that Blender is free while having functionality for other tasks makes it even more enticing. ZBrush will be my primary tool of choice, as not only is it feature-rich, its monetization is an easier pill to swallow than something like Maya or Cinema 4D. Texturing is the next step after modeling, and a very useful skill to learn. Textures are what give your assets its life, and are what allow you to showcase the best and most important features of your model. And with such an important skill set, luckily we have a wide range of software to pick from.
Are you serious? This is torture. You're torturing me and everyone else watching. Wait.
You would think with such an important task we would have more to work with. Luckily, Substance Painter is an incredibly powerful software for creating custom-made textures and has a variety of procedural tools to help you get the look and feel of your project fast.
Money, money, money.
And if you're looking for something that isn't built in, then Substance Community is just one click away, giving you access to thousands of free community-made assets and materials.
Money, money, money.
Okay, I guess there really is no talking about Substance without addressing the elephant in the room. The Substance suite of programs were first developed by a company called Algorithmic. Originally, the software was sold as a maintenance license. In essence, you buy the software once and you own it forever. This also came with a year's worth of updates and bug fixes, and if the asking price was too high, the software could be frequently found on sale through Steam, giving those with a lower budget a chance to hop in. Unfortunately, this all completely changed when Algorithmic was bought by Adobe in 2019, bringing Adobe's business model along with it. Maintenance licenses, gone. You get a subscription model now. The software is still available on Steam, and you can own it forever once you purchase it. However, sales are completely gone. So if you can't afford the full asking price, then your options are either to pay the monthly subscription or go somewhere else, assuming there even is anywhere else to go. For a short bit, Quixel was working on their own solution, Mixer, which promised to do everything that Substance Painter offered, but for free. Unfortunately, this has largely been abandoned as the developers have stated they are wanting to move on to something different. There are rumors by the developers that Mixer will make a return in some form or another, but as of 2024, we don't have any confirmation. All that being said, despite Adobe's monetization practices, Substance Painter is still the best tool, if not the only tool available for the job, boasting an ever-growing tool set of features. I want to say thank you to those who have stuck around with me to the end of this video. Now that we have a good idea of what tools are available to us, it's time to get started. I'm fairly new to this, but I felt this might be a good way for me to get started putting my foot out there and putting the time and effort in to work towards my dream goal. I'll be posting my projects here and walking everyone through my process and what I've learned along the way. With any hopes, it'll help someone out who has similar goals as me. If you have any suggestions for a specific project you would like to see, feel free to comment and I'll happily give it a go.